They don't talk about it much in Whoville. But before he stole Christmas, the Grinch haunted Halloween. Watch Halloween is Grinch Night today at 4:30 on TNT.
Hello and welcome to the Happy Halloween podcast. My name is Tony, and I will be your host, and this is your home for all things Halloween. Well, spooks and creeps, here we are, halfway to Halloween. More accurately, about 4 months away from the beginning of the spooky season. Personally, I start getting super excited at the end of July and the beginning of August. It's at that point all the Halloween merchandise starts trickling into the stores. This year, I'm going to try to make plenty of TikToks and Instagram reels showing the new merch as it arrives. Well, our pumpkin pail is chock full of Halloween goodness, so let's get started. First up, let's throw it to our playlist master, Bob Baker.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Today we aren't going too far back for our Halloween Minute. It was 2019 when I added Spooky Boy to my compilation. It's a song by Danny Gonzalez, the popular YouTuber. This is a comedy rap song with clever lyrics and a catchy beat. Danny has released a spooky theme song for 4 years straight. He also has Spooky Guy, Spooky Man, and Spooky Ho. But Spooky Boy is his first, and I think it's his best. It has great Halloween elements throughout the song, so it's fun to listen to during the haunting season. It's also a banger for a party. I know this because my son has a Halloween party every year based on South Park's Sons of Witches. So you know if you can get a bunch of 20-somethings jamming dressed like witches, it's bound to be great. Happy Halloween!
Boo, bitch, you just got spooked. Hey, by a certified spooky ass dude. Hey, somebody let the monster loose in a graveyard sipping pumpkin juice. Wait, shh, do you hear that sound? Every October it's so profound. All these other dudes act spooky for a month, but a real spooky boy spooky all year round. Plastic fangs on my teeth, sleeping in a coffin. Step up to my crib and all these decorations pop. I might go ooga booga booga boo. I might just spook you and your homies too. I might just cook up some Halloween food. I'm just so spooky and Greg is my crew. Yeah. Hey, I'm a spooky boy, hey, with some spooky hands, hey, come up in your house and do a little spooky dance, hey, I'm a spooky boy, hey, with a spooky face, hey, it don't matter.
That was Spooky Boy by Danny Gonzalez. Thanks, Bob. Speaking of spooky boys, that takes us into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about the anti-classic Halloween cartoon. And under the radar, bet you never heard of it, dug it up from the bottom of the pit, give you nightmares without jump scares. Stop trying to rhyme and get on with it. Well, excuse me for trying to be funny. Why don't you go hang out with a mummy? Yeah, I see what you mean. Sorry, Drac. Anyway, today we're talking about Halloween is Grinch Night. Yeah, you heard that right. They did a Halloween Grinch cartoon. This animated TV special, written and produced by Dr. Seuss and directed by Gerard Baldwin, debuted 11 years after How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and it was meant to serve as a prequel. Chuck Jones wasn't involved with this project, but Friz Freeling was. So it still had that same Looney Tunes type of animation and feel that How the Grinch Stole Christmas did. Unfortunately, at this time, Boris Karloff was already dead, so they brought in Hans Conried to voice the Grinch. Fortunately, they were able to bring back Thurl Ravenscroft for all of the singing parts. Now, before I begin tearing this thing apart, here is a general plot summary. The story of Halloween is Grinch Night centers around a young Whoville resident named Euchariah, who experiences a spooky encounter with the Grinch on the night before Halloween. Euchariah is an endearing character with a curious and adventurous spirit. As he faces his fears and ventures out alone to face the Grinch, Euchariah encounters a series of frightful obstacles, including bizarre creatures, eerie landscapes, and eerie weather phenomena, all of which are brought to life through the vivid animation and creative storytelling. So, right off the bat, that plot summary is wrong. I had ChatGPT write that to see what it would say. The show opens with people of Whoville doing yard work. Now granted, the color schemes that they use are autumnal, but it never says outright that it's fall. Then this wind comes along and it signifies the return of the Grinch. What this has to do with Halloween, I'll never know. Skipping ahead to the second half of the show, when the Grinch is trying to scare Euchariah for the second time, because the first time he figured out that he enjoyed being scared. So maybe that's their thin connection to Halloween, is the whole haunt fright thing. Not really for sure. It's at this point the animation devolves into an acid-fueled nightmare of knockoff Salvador Dali and M.C. Escher artwork. And then suddenly, the story is brought to a swift conclusion. My final thoughts are this. Some of the visuals are cool and interesting. The acid-laden spook show does have its moments, but overall, you can continue on with your life without ever subjecting yourself to this. But for some reason you're a glutton for punishment, the link to the YouTube video will be in the show notes. Alright, now it is time for a new segment that I am going to call Hello Lore. Every month I will tell you about some lore or legend based around Halloween. This month we'll look into why witches ride brooms. The act of sweeping dates back to ancient times. The first brooms were actually made from bushes, and unfortunately they became a symbol of female domesticity because people were jerks back then. In contrast to that, the first witch to confess broom riding was a man by the name of Guillaume Edelin in 1453. The origins of quote-unquote riding a broom is believed to stem from a pagan fertility ritual in which farmers would dance around with poles, pitchforks, and brooms under the moonlight to encourage the growth of their crops. Other schools of thought believe that the origins of riding a broom come from witches making up special salves and ointments, and using the broom to apply them by sitting astride the broom, if you catch my drift. Which origin story do you believe in? Alright, there's plenty of news to talk about, so let's jump right in. First of all, let's get the sad news out of the way. One of the few people to play Michael Myers in more than one film, George P. Wilbur, passed away earlier this year. He was in Halloween 4 and Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Welcome home. I know this place isn't as warm as I'd hoped, but I'm going to light a vanilla candle, and it's going to be a game changer.
Will it though?
We're out.
This mansion is unhinged. She needs all the help she can get. You want to be a hero?
Pass.
$2,000.
What's the address?
I'm gonna move into a house without windows, so I won't see you walking by.
Guys?
Walking by
Little help?
with your new
I just saw that.
This house has a way of playing tricks on you. Oh my God.
Is anybody else seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Be careful. Death lurks around every corner.
Other more powerful entities may come through.
Not on our watch.
Well, what are you gonna do? Seriously.
Yeah.
They're already dead.
You're gonna be deader.
Okay.
My house will
Slated for release in July, the teaser trailer for Disney's Haunted Mansion movie came out last month. Now, I don't have the same connection to Disney as a lot of people do, but I admit this looks pretty good. It has an all-star cast and the visuals look great. This is one I might have to go see. If you're into haunts, there will be a new convention for you next year. Transworld has announced the debut of East Coast Haunters Convention, April 25th through 28th of 2024, at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Pennsylvania. Spirit Halloween has confirmed the return of the life-size animatronic Sam from the movie Trick or Treat. Standing at 4'3", he will be holding his signature lollipop in one hand, while the other arm makes a stabbing motion. He'll set you back $180. In Death or Treat, you will play as Scary, the owner of a ghost mart, leader in manufacturing candies for Halloween in Hallowtown. However, those big-name corporate ghouls have decided to horn in on your business, leaving you to take them on and save Halloween. That is the official blurb from Sauna Studios about their upcoming 2D hack-and-slash game coming in May. And lastly, recently debuting at South by Southwest, a new horror movie called Late Night with the Devil is getting high praise from the horror community. A late-night TV show host that is being pressured to make a great Halloween special ends up creating a night of chaos. Stephen King tweeted this about the movie: "I got a screener. It's absolutely brilliant. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Your results may vary, as they say, but I urge you to watch this when you can." Now that's high praise coming from Stephen King. All right, final segment time. It's time for some Halloween music. Y'all ready? First up is the song Skeleton Sam by the band Lovecraft.
We gather here for this special occasion. One night only and limited engagement. So stomp your feet and clap your hands for Skeleton Sam and his graveyard band.
I was just a little fool when I heard his name. He's the graveyard legend of the dancing game. Rumor has it he invented how to knock 'em dead. He's the reason that we all say break a leg. When the sun goes down, all the ghosts come out. Zombies rise up from the ground. Monsters come from all the lands just to see the bones on Skeleton Sam. Dance, 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 the way he move you in a trance, trance, trance. Ooh, we make you wanna dance, dance, dance until you get shaking every bone like Skeleton Sam. Every bone is double jointed, he can twist them all.
Next up, we have a cover of the Specials song Ghost Town by the band Masquerades, or if you read it the way it's written, Masquerades. Editor Tony here. I don't know what I was talking about. The name of the band is the Holophonics.
This town is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs have been closed down.
That is one infectious tune. And lastly, we have Demonic with This Is Halloween. But it's not a cover of the song from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is an original tune. And with that mellow track, we will bring this episode to a close. If you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you went ahead and did that on any major podcast platform. Speaking of which, did you know YouTube now has a podcast tab where you can listen to podcasts without watching? If you would like to support me and the gang that's down in the dungeon, you can check out my Etsy shop, our Ko-Fi page, Instagram, YouTube, and so on and so on. I need some blood. I know, Drac. Why do you think I'm telling them? Anyhow, the links to all this will be in the show notes if you'd like to help out. Until next time, happy Halloween.